Hi, Kevin Yoder here, and welcome back to another episode of Advanced Sales Training for the Real Estate Professional. This is the final segment of our LPMAMA training, and we left off last time with the question of mortgage. That was the M, the second M in the framework. Again, this is the straight line persuasion for the real estate professional. Staying on the line, the billboard, if you will, in your mind of LPMAM, and finally we're at the A. The last one was mortgage, and now we've pivoted. We've figured out, are they going to use cash to pay for the home, or are they going to get a mortgage? Very simple, very elegant if done properly, and it allows us to understand this buyer, where they're coming from financially. Now finally, this is what I call the turn. And I have to preface this whole conversation with something that is really important to understand. When we are just going out to show a home, do you notice I said the word just? Normally I remove that word from my vocabulary because it diminishes, it waters down a otherwise powerful notion or concept about something. When I say just, it's intentional, because when we're just going out to show a home to a buyer, it would sound something like this. Ring, ring. Hi, this is Kevin with Yoder Real Estate. How can I help you? Yeah, I'm calling on 123 Main Street. How much is it? It's $250,000. Okay, great. How many bedrooms is it? 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Does it have a garage? Yes, it does. How many acres? 2. Awesome. I'd love to see it tonight. Does that work? Hold on a second. Let me check my schedule. That's wide open because I have nothing else going on. Yeah, that works. What time works for you? 5 o'clock. Awesome, I'll be there. Click. Got it? That's not what I'm talking about. That's not why we're doing this training. This training is specifically designed to move the prospect to take action in the area that's going to be the most beneficial for the prospect and the most beneficial for you. To put yourself in an environment that you can have the most impact on the client experience. And that is the office. That is your real estate office. It's where business is done. Consider this before I explain the turn and how we get into the final step of the framework. Is when you are working with an attorney or a doctor or any professional that there's a meeting that is set up, consider where that location is. Can you imagine if the attorney ran out and met at a coffee shop, or would you go to their office so that they can walk you through how it's done? There are 3 primary reasons why we schedule an office appointment. The first and foremost is in order to be able to have a meaningful conversation with the prospect so that they understand what is at play. Our unique selling proposition. What value are we bringing to the equation? What pitfalls are going to possibly come up during the purchase transaction? How we have a way of helping them through those pitfalls. 3 key strategies. If you don't have 3 key strategies, then develop something that is unique to you and your organization, or your ability to help that buyer with what today's common challenges are. And finally, what the other thing that we have as a hook is, if you have off-market listings, then you have a reason for them to come in. These are listings that you have available that the buyer doesn't know about. Let's face it, they can go on Zillow without you. They can go on the local board of realtors website without you. We have to have something that you bring to the equation that they cannot find without you, and that is one piece that they cannot get without you: off-market listings. They don't know about them, you do. Okay, so now we have really the process of the appointment. Like, what is it that they're going to experience there? World-class professional presentation. By the way, we're always presenting. This gives us an opportunity to present our value proposition. Try doing that in a dark, cold home in the middle of winter. Right? Where's that going to happen? Countertop? Basement? I think you get my point. Secondly, this is a matter of safety. This is just, it's safe. Why would we, can you imagine running out to a vacant home? And I know this happens all the time, but you don't know this person, they don't know you. We're just going to set the record straight here. This is just, I'll take that word back. This is the very safe environment. We got to meet each other face to face in a location that we know it's going to be safe for both of us. You see that? So the first one I kind of tied together with 2. It gives you an opportunity to present and add value. And the second one is safety. The third one is more about a business sense. It's more about how you can stay focused, doing what you do best when you're not driving all over the place before meetings. So consider if someone's coming to your office first, it allows you to stay focused and still continue to work, whether it's prospecting or reaching out to other prospective buyers. It's more systematic. It's more of a system. You see that word, we use that a lot around here, is create a system. Be business-like. You're a business owner, act like it. It beats the heck out of driving out to a vacant home or an occupied property that the buyer doesn't know you, you don't know them, and there's very little chance of influencing that person there. If they don't like the house, that you made it all about the house. They're going to walk away. This is not about the house. This is about other opportunities, as we discussed way back in the location. Do you remember that? If you don't remember that, go back to the beginning. We've created opportunities here for that buyer to really want to come into the office. So let's now cover the last step of this process. It is the appointment. And how do we set that in-office appointment? I have another video on that, is how to set the in-office appointment. So I might even go a little short on this one because that other video is the long version of that. But it's simple and it's elegant, again, just like the other steps, if done properly. And so it's something like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, based on everything we covered today, here's what I've done for others in your situation. You said that you want blank. So let's say, said that you wanted a backyard, acreage, privacy, so that, do you remember we went 3 deep early on when we got to the motivation piece? Insert that now. Remember I told you we would use that earlier. So that you can have these life experiences that you can't get in your current place. So you've stated that you've done for others this exact thing for others in your situation. What you said you wanted this. Here's what I've done for others in your situation. Come in the office. We'll set up a time to come in the office and we'll walk you through the home buying process. Now here's where you have to build value, because I can assure you that if you don't go all in at the turn is the part where we have a pattern interrupt of something that they're not expecting. They call on a property. You're delivering an alternate solution to a problem they didn't know they had. So we have to go all in on this. We can't sell it short. We can't use some low energy version of it. Something like this. This is what I've done for others in your situation. Come to the office. We'll walk you through the buying process. I will share with you 3 specific strategies that we are using at insert brokerage here in order so that our buyers are winning these bids, because it's a crazy environment out there. We talked about how for every home that's available on the market, now by the way, this is for a seller's market. The market will turn eventually, and we'll talk about another pain point. But for now, let's use this one. That there are 15 buyers for every single home that is sold. So that means that 15 buyers are going in a multiple offer situation. Only 1 buyer gets to win the home. And Mr. Buyer, do you know how they do that? Well, we talked about that earlier. They have this pre-approval letter that proves that they can get the job done faster. That lender can get the job done better. So the seller's influence. But you know, there's something else they have in common. They've aligned themselves with an agent that actually has a certain way of strategies that others don't know about. Because think about it. There's 15 buyers. 1 buyer gets the bid. Do you think it's the buyer that is a cause to the effect of that offer getting accepted? Or is it the agent and the agent's tools, the agent's negotiation skills, the agent's whatever they have in their tool belt? And we all know that there are certain things that we can do, from the manner of communication to the manner of introduction to the offer, from the manner of the phone call to the listing agent, and the list goes on and on. But there are 3 things that we do, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, that guarantee 95% or more of the time that my buyer is going to live in the home rather than standing on the sidelines. Got it? We're going to walk you through the buying process. I will share with you 3 specific ways that we get your offer accepted, that you can live in that home and the other buyers don't get to live in it. You live in your dream home, right? And then we'll go out and take a look at some properties. So you have to give them oh, by the way, no, before I say that, there's 4 things. So before we go out and look at properties, and then remember I talked about earlier is we have off-market listings. So you called on this home. This is the part where we bring it full circle now. You called on home A. What would be better than just looking at that home? What if I could show you a home that's just like that one, but even better? What if I could show you a home that's like that one, but it has 2 or 3 more attributes that you would really prefer. And by the way, that happens all the time, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. We're often lining buyers up with other properties that they didn't call on, because the percentage of times that a buyer calls on a property like yourself and you actually buy it, do you know it's about 3%? So I would be leaving 97% of the opportunities on the table, and we wouldn't want that, would we? To that they respond, no, that's a mini close. So what works better for you? Afternoons or evenings? So I went from the turn, I gave the powerful ways or methods that we're going to use during that meeting. I gave them a reason, off-market listings, and 3 powerful strategies that we are going to share with you so that you can win the bid. You don't want to lose the bid, do you? You don't want to lose out on your dream home over something like not having a strategy. No, we don't. Great. Okay, now you move right to an alternate choice close. I've witnessed hundreds of agents botch this one, and it sounds something like, hey, when do you want to meet? Oh, I don't know, Friday. Okay, great, I'll see you then. No, this is the professional salesperson's way. Alternate close. What works better for you? Afternoons or evenings? Let them choose. Okay, they say afternoons. Great. I've got Friday at 3 or I've got Thursday at 2. Which works best for you? Do it again. Do another alternate. Let them choose. Well, neither of those times work. Okay, great. I've got Saturday at 2 or I've got Monday, because I'm going to take Sunday off. You get this? Or I have Monday at 1. Which works best for you? Neither. Okay, I've got Tuesday at 4 and I can do this all day long. I'm not going anywhere, right? So most agents will crumble at that point and say, what do you want? When do you want to meet? Let's just open it wide. My schedule's wide open. My schedule's not wide open. I'm in demand, baby. People are calling me. I've got stuff going on. I'm writing offers left and right. And I want you to know that. So I'm not open. We're going to play that. We're going to go right down this. Either or, until you get something in place. Great. 4 o'clock on Friday. Awesome. I look forward to seeing you there. And by the way, can you make me a promise? Sure, what's that? After you tell them where we're located, right? By the way, we're located on 28th Street, Hey, can you make me a promise? Sure, what is that? If you're not going to make it for one reason or another, can you please call me and let me know that? Because I'm going to clear my schedule for you. I'm going to clear my schedule for you. Everything that I'm saying is by design. If you follow this to the letter, you're going to have a show-up rate that's over 90%. If you miss this piece, make me a promise. People like to make promises, most people, and follow through with them. This is an important part of this equation. Make me a promise. Sure, what is it? Call me if you're not going to make it. Now they can call you. Don't tell them to text you. Texting is easy. I'm not going to make it. Bye. Okay? Okay, sure. I will make you that promise. I appreciate you making that commitment. Now we put a bow on it. They made a commitment, you acknowledge the commitment, and you called it a commitment. Who wants to be somebody that doesn't follow through with commitments? I'm going to do one final piece here. Now this is where I unroot the possibilities for them not showing up. Listen closely with this. This is the key. Again, don't miss this part, because if you miss it, you're not doing everything to be a cause of the effect of them showing up. The final piece is, hey, I'm just curious, Mr. Buyer. Is there any reason that you can think of that you might not be able to make it on Friday at 4? Stop, don't say another word, and let them just process. At this point, if they're not going to make it and they're trying to get you off the phone, they'll start to come up with the reasons and the rationalizations. I would rather have that now than when I'm there Friday at 4 o'clock with a sign out front with their name on it, and I'm ready, I'm dressed nicely, and I'm ready to go, and they don't show up. Wah, wah. You see that? So the reason why agents don't ask the question I've just posed is because they're afraid of the answer. What's worse? I ask you this. Finding out right now, let's unroot it now and talk about it and observe it, because I can address it while I'm on the phone with you. Or B, have the buyer not show up at all and then have them ghost you. Now they're not going to call you back. Do you see what I'm saying? Unroot it now. Talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. I've got to get my girlfriend on board. Oh, great. Your girlfriend. Tell me about that. Is she not on board with the buying process? Well, she is, but Or my husband's not on board. I've got to get him on. Hey, great. Tell you what. Let's do this. I don't mind. I've done this for others in your situation. It's important that both of you are on the same page, right? And they'll say yes. Great. Tell you what, what's your husband's phone number? I'll just give him a call right now. I'll walk him through some of the things that we discussed to make sure that he's absolutely confident. Because you know what? You don't want to drag him in here and have me share these valuable tips with you if he's not even interested, right? Great. See, you've got to be bold enough to ask the questions. If you don't ask, you're never going to get it. By the way, by asking, you get a 50% chance of them saying yes. Go for the appointment. Talk to the person that is going to be the one that's going to hold them back. So, but now we're addressing it. Or, you know what? I do have an event on Friday, and that one might come up, and I may have to go to something. Okay, great. So what are the chances that that event will prevent you from making it here? Is an example, right? And they'll say, well, pretty good chance. Okay, great. So it sounds like Friday's not a good option for you, is it? No, probably not. Okay, so then let's do this again. What works better for you next week? Afternoons or evenings? You're going to go right down the road again. Now you get to set the appointment, and then you ask them the same question. Is there any reason why you think you're not going to show up? You got that? Okay, lock it down. I look forward to being a part of the cause of the effect of you getting your dream home. Remember you wanted that home? You're going to wrap this thing up with a final reminder of that. You know what they're up to. You know what they want. You know their wanted and you know their stated wants, needs, and desires, and you know their unstated wants, needs, and desires. And then when you hang up that phone, you're going to send them a text with the address. You're going to do a video email as a follow-up. You're going to call them every day leading up to that appointment. If you put this thing out 2 weeks, your chances of having that appointment show diminish every single day. So don't put it out that far if you can help it. If they're out of town, that's probably different. But let's say it's 3 or 4 days out every day, call them, right? Oh, by the way, make sure you bring your pre-approval letter in. I forgot that piece, okay? You gotta make sure you have that, because how are we supposed to write an offer on a home without the pre-approval? So add that right in this spot. Oh yeah, you can do it as a by the way. By the way, make sure you bring a pre-approval. Now I forgot to mention this early on, is you can bring up the lender at that point. We talked about it in the mortgage part, but my lender is going to call you and get pre-approved. Make sure you bring that pre-approval letter in. Okay, sounds good. That way when we go out and look at homes, when we find your dream home, you're able to write an offer on it. Awesome. I look forward to seeing you then, and then you hang up and then you go through the steps. Every day they need a touch from you. Text one day, phone call, video email, and feel free to double up on that. Your ability to connect with them between that phone call and the appointment, your level of follow-up is going to have the greatest impact on their show-up rate than any other factor. You got it? Okay, that's the final component here. Now you have a world-class presentation. They show up, you put a sign out front with their names on it, and it's showtime. This is not the video to talk about the new buyer consultation. That'll be another video, a follow-up video. But now we've completed the LPMAMA framework. L, location, P, price, M, motivation, A, agent, M, mortgage or cash, and finally A, the appointment, the in-office appointment. And now we've completed the framework, and now you have all of the knowledge, all the information you need in order to set the in-office appointment, create a world-class experience for your client, give them your unique selling proposition, and do it in a way that is systematic and business-like, and have it be on your terms, but simultaneously serve the buyer. And I can tell you that this is not for everybody, because most agents are going to default to the go show the home mode. I understand that. I'm not talking about what most agents are doing. I'm talking about building a business by design, one that you are in control of your schedule, one that you're in control of the client experience, and this is the path. Go deep on this. Go back to all the videos and watch them hundreds of times until you can recite it in the way that I've described. Do not skip any part of it. It's important you follow this to the letter, because everything is by design. The make me a promise is by design. Oh, by the way, is there any reason why you can't show up? That's by design. Everything in this is by design. Memorize it, get it down to muscle memory, and then execute like the sales pro that you are deep down inside, and watch the magic happen. I hope you got massive value out of this video for this last section of the LPMAMA framework and the entire video series for how to walk through the straight line persuasion for the real estate professional. Again, down below there's several links some mindset if you want to work on that. Also, Bob Proctor is my mentor's Path to Agreement program. If you want to work on a sales program on your own, at your own pace, that's the link for it down there. And finally, there's a link if you would like to know more about working under Yoder Real Estate. And frankly, it doesn't matter if you're happy where you are and you're getting value here. That's what my passion is helping you do more of what you're doing, be more of who you are. If you like this video and you really, really, really want to continue getting this, hit the subscribe button, just copy the playlist, and then just paste that and save that as a bookmark. And finally, like the video and share it with someone that you know is going to get value out of this. I hope you got value out of this, and I will see you next time. I'll see you at the top.